Hi, Jesse here from etrailer. Today we're going to be installing the Kodiak 12-inch hub and rotor assembly. This is good for axles from 5,200 pounds to 6,000 pounds. So this is just the hub and rotor assembly. If you're looking to replace some worn out rotors, then this is the kit for you. If you're looking for the entire brake setup, we also have that on etrailer. Whenever you're replacing the rotor, it's always a good idea to go ahead and replace the pads and also the bearings that sit inside this hub. They get worn out over time along with the rotor. This is a cast iron assembly and it has a Dacromet coating which they put through rigorous salt spray tests, and it always holds up very well. So you know it's going to hold up well on the road. Any kind of road grime or salt, it's going to prevent rust and corrosion. And these rotors are vented, so it's going to cool better than maybe your drum setup would. So anytime you're going down a hill and you're long on those brakes, you don't have to worry about it overheating. If you're replacing the assembly because you have maybe damaged it or anything like that, then it's a good idea to check out our dealer locator and have a reliable dealer look at it. But if you're just doing it as far as maintenance goes, it's a pretty simple installation, and I'll show you how to do it right here. We got our rotor here out of the box, our replacement rotor. It just comes as the rotor, so you will have to order 2 of these, and then also your replacement bearing kit. So I'll go ahead and start. We got these bearings greased up already. Start by dropping this one in here. You want to make sure you get grease spread around here, just helps that seal go in. You really want to avoid getting grease on the surface of the rotor, since it's got that Dacromet finish. If you do happen to get some grease on there, just spray it with some brake clean and it should be fine. If you do have a seal installer, you can go ahead and use that. A little trick we use around the shop is taking a hole saw upside down and then going ahead and just tapping that in, making sure you're even all the way around with a hammer. Just make sure you're flush around your edge there. So now I'm ready to go ahead and slide this whole assembly onto the spindle. I like to just wiggle it while I'm putting force against it. It's going to be a tight fit with that seal. And go ahead and get your outer bearing, slide that in. Get your washer and your nut. You want to get this torqued down to the manufacturer's spec while rotating the disc. And then once you get it torqued down, back it off. And you just want that finger tight. Then you'll put your locking clip over that nut. Make sure it's clipped around all the way. You want to get the seal tapped on here. Just get it started on one edge. Go to the other side, just work it in there. You'll want to pump some grease into this zerk fitting here just until you see it start to ooze out. Last step will be to install this rubber seal. If you do notice that you got any grease on this rotor accidentally, you can just go ahead and spray it with some brake clean, then wipe it down. So that'll do it for the install. If you have any other replacement parts for the other side of the axle, go ahead and do those. But if you are just doing this one side, that'll be it.